I'm delighted to be joined today by Head of Events and Partnerships, Aymone at Women in Mining UK. Aymone, it's great to be speaking with you today.
Hi, Jess, and thank you for having me.
So to start this interview off, for those who may not be familiar, how would you describe the mission and purpose of Women in Mining UK?
Well, thank you. So, founded in 2006, Women in Mining UK, WIM UK as we're known, is a non-profit volunteer organization based here in the UK, which is dedicated to promoting the attraction, retention, and career progression of women in the global mining industry through advocacy, leadership, and collaboration. And I'll just say that membership is free. It's open to everyone, doesn't matter where you are in the world. And we are striving to champion the industry as a rewarding and fulfilling place to start and grow a career.
Amazing. Thanks for that, Aymone. So what are some of WIM UK's proudest achievements in the past few years?
Well, there have been many. We're proud of all of them, but one of the proudest achievements has been to see the growth of the organization, which is all volunteer led, by the way. So we all have day jobs within the industry. And of course, the continued development and growth of all of our initiatives with our supporters, our partners, our community, and the mining industry. I've been a volunteer actually since 2018, and I've seen our events and our conference partnership calendar grow from strength to strength. I mean, we've been coming to Resourcing Tomorrow for years. We've been welcomed with open arms. And COVID was a real pivotal moment for us when we had to shift completely online. Our global audience became an integral part of the events we now host and the conferences we attend and partner with, and the content we put together. So I'm really most proud that we now have even more diversity of thought, knowledge, and expertise to tap into to support the many initiatives we champion, such as scholarships, internships, the journey to the boardroom, panel discussions, both online and in person, and most importantly, too, our conference partnerships and the speaker recommendations that are available. So we, as you know, have a global inspirational women in mining publication. It's known as the WIM 100. In fact, we're launching the next nomination process in 2006 for the seventh edition. And we're just super proud of how we're able to bring profile to these inspirational trailblazers and change makers in the industry.
Lots and lots of stuff going on there, Eamon. I know Women in Mining team work very hard, and yeah, we are delighted to have you a big part of Resourcing Tomorrow. So moving on then, have you noticed any shifts in how mining companies approach diversity and inclusion through their involvement with WIM UK?
Absolutely. And I should say it's not just engagement with WIM UK, right? There is a global network of incredible women in mining organizations who are making strides all over the world as they work together with industry, associations, governments on diversity and inclusion, but also championing career and professional development and educational initiatives at all levels. Our partnerships here and abroad at WIM UK are integral to creating and supporting that shift as we work together and champion best practices, build and implement fundamental organizational changes that address gendered practices and policies.
And do you see any generational differences in how gender equality is discussed or prioritized in the mining sector?
So that's a really interesting question. And we know it's not just about gender equality anymore. The discussion goes beyond gender. Now, older generations have often been focused on traditional models within a male-dominated industry, while younger generations are increasingly advocating for inclusion at all levels, especially as new technologies are now creating opportunities and a really strong business case for diversity. So there's this focus to changing organizational cultures and leadership styles that build inclusive teams, because we all know inclusive teams outperform others. They improve safety, they boost productivity.
So then What do you think are the biggest challenges Women UK currently faces in advancing its mission?
We're a grassroots organization, and we rely on the entire mining industry to come together in advancing the mission, to support our initiatives, and our volunteers to drive real change. So let's not take our foot off the pedal, because that's the biggest challenge. We have championed change, but we still need the support of the industry. And that's the women in the industry, our male champions, and our volunteers. We all need to come together to continue to do so.
So then if you could change one thing about the industry's approach to gender equality, what would it be?
We still have a lot to do on equal pay. We don't talk about it enough. And we need to promote mid-level to the senior leadership roles. We're facing that great tsunami as an entire generation retires. And how do we support the next generation of leaders coming up, that talent pipeline? We need to build that infrastructure from within.
Yeah, definitely. And there's lots of different careers in mining, with the whole mining value chain, technology, legal, mining companies. So what
Absolutely.
advice would you give your younger self starting out in your own career?
Gosh, hindsight is great, isn't it, Jess? I mean, to have done the research when the opportunity was presented to me to work in the mining industry all those years ago, and it's been a few years. But I remember dismissing the idea when working it, in the extractive industry because I was just ill-informed. I If I'd known what an incredible career path working in the mining industry could be, I would have jumped onto the wagon sooner than I did. And I fell into the industry by chance. I came from oil and gas, and before that, I came from medical instrumentation. But I was lucky. I got onto the bandwagon and I've never looked back. So my advice is get all the facts. It's out there. Network, network, network. Talk to people working in the industry who are within different roles. You need to understand what other possibilities exist, and keep informed of industry trends. We all remember being told at school, make sure you read the news. Well, absolutely. Make sure you're informed of
Mhm.
what's happening globally, what's happening in politics, what's happening in the industry, and don't be afraid to ask questions and reach out to people. We're all here. We actually enjoy receiving, LinkedIn messages or
Mhm.
emails from people just asking a simple, well, how do I start? Where do I go? And show up, be present, and come to conferences. That's my big
Yeah,
call
I
to
couldn't agree
action.
more. I
Come
couldn't
to
agree more.
conferences.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Eamon, for sharing your insights and the incredible work you're doing with Women in Mining UK. I know, talking on behalf of Resourcing Tomorrow, we're so excited to be working with you again this year. We have the Women in Mining Lounge for the second year running at Resourcing Tomorrow. Um, the Women in Mining team are helping us with the Next Gen program. We have speakers from Women in Mining, we have networking drinks with Women in Mining. There's so much going on this December in London at Resourcing Tomorrow. So super excited to see you there, super excited to have you and the team a big part of it.
Thank you, Jess, and thank you again to everyone at Resourcing Tomorrow for partnering with Women in Mining UK. We're excited. We're looking forward to December. It's going to be a great one.